time in your prime, didn't you? People called, say beware doll, you're bound to fall. You thought they were all just kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out. Now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging your next meal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? Gone to the finest school, right? It's lonely, but you know you only used to get juiced in it. Nobody ever taught you how to live out on the street, so now you're just gonna have to get used to it. You said you'd never compromise with the mystery trap, but now you realize he's not selling any alibis. I just stare into the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you wanna make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? You never turn around to see the frowns on the jokers and the clowns when they all did their tricks for you. You never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. You used to ride on a chrome horse with your diplomat, carried on his shoulder a Siamese cat. Ain't it hard when you discover that he wasn't really where it's at, after he took from you everything he could steal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? Princes on a steeple and all the pretty people, they're all drinking, thinking they've got it made, exchanging all kinds of precious gifts and things. But you better take your diamond ring, you better pawn it, babe. You used to be so amused, and Napoleon in rags and the language that he used. Go to him now, he calls you can't refuse. When you got nothing, you got nothing to lose. You're invisible now, you got no secrets to conceal. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling
How many roads must a man walk down before he is called a man? And how many seas must the white dove sail before he sleeps in the sand? And how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blown in the wind. The answer is blown in the wind. And how many years must a mountain exist before it is washed in the sea? And how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? And how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blown in the wind. The answer is blown in the wind. And how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? And how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blown in the wind. The answer is blown in the wind.
Thank you, Bob Dylan, Gil Turner, Pete Seeger, Sis Cunningham, and myself, Israel Young.
So I've been kind of coming out every night and playing a little tune just to warm up for you guys. And so I'm gonna play a cover right now. BobDylan song.
Your back is straight, your hair is smooth on the pillow when you lie. But I don't sense affection, no gratitude or love. Your loyalty is not to me, or to the stars above. One more cup of coffee before I go. One more cup of coffee before the road to the valley below. Your daddy, he's an outlaw and a wonder by trade. He'll teach you how to pick and choose and how to throw the blade. He oversees his kingdom, so no stranger doesn't intrude. His voice trembles as he calls out for another plate of food. One more cup of coffee before I go. One more cup of coffee before the road to the valley below. Your sister sees the future like your mama and yourself. You never learn to read or write. There's no books upon your shelf. But your pleasure knows no limits. Your voice is like a metal line, but your heart is like an ocean, mysterious and dark. One more cup of coffee before I go. One more cup of coffee.
Pistol shots ring out in a barroom night. It's a Betty Valentine from the floor above. She sees the bartender in a pool of blood. Cries out, they killed my love. Here comes the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. Three bodies lying there, does Patty see? And another man named Bello moving around mysteriously. I didn't do it, he says, he throws up his hands. I was only robbing the register, I hope you understand. I saw him leave it, he says, and he stops. One of us had better hurry and call the cops. And so Betty calls the cops. And they arrive on the scene with the red lights flashing in the hot New Jersey night. Part of town, Reuben Carter and a couple of friends are driving around. Number one contender for the middleweight town. Had no idea what kind of shit was about to go down. When a couple him over to the side of the road, just like the time before and the time before that. In Patterson, that's just the way things go. You're black, you might as well not show up on the street unless you wanna dry the heat. Partner and he had a rap for the cops. Him and other Dexter Bradley were just out prowling around. Saw two men running out, they looked like middleweights. So jumped into a white car without a state plates, and Miss Patty Valentine just nodded her head. Cop said, wait a minute, boys, this one's not dead. So they took him to the infirmary. And though this man could hardly see, they told him he could identify the guilty man. Reuben in, bring him to the hospital and take him upstairs. The wounded man lifts up to his one dying eye. He said, why'd you bring him in here, boy? He ain't to die. Here's the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. Put in a prison cell, but one time he could have been the champion of the world. 4 months later, the ghetto's on flame. The Rubens in South America fight for his name. While Arthur Dexter Bradley's still in the robbery game. And the cops are putting the screws to him, looking for someone to blame. Remember you murder that you saw in a bar. Remember you said you saw the getaway car. Thinking like the playboy with the law. Think it might have been that fighter that you saw running that night. Don't forget that you are white. Arthur Dexter Bradley said, I'm really not sure. Cop said a poor boy like you could use a break. We got you for the motel job and you're talking to your friend Bello. You don't want to have to go back to jail, be a nice fellow. Do-be-do in society, baby. That son of a bitch is brave and gets braver. We want to put his ass in stir. We want to pin this triple murder on him. He ain't no gentleman, Jim. A man out with just one punch, but he never did like to talk about it all that much. It's my work, he said, and I do it for pay. And when it's over, just to still go on my way up to some paradise where the top streams flow and the air is nice, and ride a horse along the trail. But then they took it to the jail, oh, where they tried to turn a man into a mouse. Cars were marked in advance. The trial was a pig circus, he never had a chance. The judge made Rubens witnesses, drunkards from the slums. To the white folks who watched, he was a revolutionary thumb. And to the black folks, he was just a crazy nigger. No one doubted that he'd pull the trigger. And no, they could not produce the gun. The DA said he was the one who did the deed, and the old white jury agreed. Carter was falsely tried. The crime was murder one. Guess who testified? Bello and Bradley, and they both baldly lied. And the newspapers, they all went along for the ride. How can the life of such a man be in the palm of some fool's hand? To see him obviously framed couldn't help but make me feel ashamed to live in a land where justice is a game. I
free to drink martinis and watch the sunrise while Reuben sits like Buddha in a 10-foot cell, an innocent man in a living hell. That's the story of the hurricane, but it won't be over till they clear his name and give him back the time he's done. But in our prison cell, there was time he could have been the champion of the world. Go away from my window, leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, babe, I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone, never weak but always strong, to protect you and defend you, whether you are right or wrong. Someone to open each and every door, but it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Go lightly from the ledge, babe. Go lightly on the ground. I'm not the one you want, babe. I will only let you down. You say you're looking for someone who will promise never to part, someone to close his eyes for you, someone to close his heart, someone who will die for you and more. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Melt back into the night, babe. Everything inside is made of stone. There's nothing in here moving, and anyway I'm not alone. You say you're looking for someone to pick you up every time you fall, to gather flowers constantly, and to come every time you call. A lover for your life and nothing more. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for, babe.
focused all around most of the time. I keep on feeling well. I can find the bad. I can read the sign. Stay right with it when the road unwinds. I can handle whatever. I stumble and fall. Don't you even notice she's gone most of the time. Most of the time. It's well understood most of the time. I wouldn't change it if I could. Can make it no matter. Hold my head. Deal with the situation. Run down to the bone. I can survive. I can endure. I don't even care about her most of the time. The time my head is down straight most of the time. I'm strong enough now to hate. I don't feel the confusion and it makes me sick. I ain't afraid of confusion, no matter how thick. I can smile in the face of mankind. Don't even remember what her lips felt like on mine most of the time. Most of the time, she ain't even in my mind. I would know if I saw her. She's that body high. Most of the time, I can't even get sure if she was ever with me, if I was ever with her. Most of the time, I'm halfway content. Most of the time, I know exactly where and when. I don't see it on myself. I don't understand. I felt the feeling that I felt it inside. I don't compromise. I don't pretend. Don't even care. I'll ever see her again. Most of the time.
Crimson flames turn through my ears, rolling high in mighty trance. Hounds with fire on flaming roads, using ideas as my man. With meat on edges, soon said I, proud neath heated ground. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than I now. Girls' faces form the forward path from phony Tennessee. Hiding out and read our major history, flung down by corpse evangelists. I thought of those somehow, but I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Just stands high in my hand at the mongrel dogs who teach, living not and become my enemy in the instant that I reach. My existence led a confusion boots, mutiny from stern about. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now. Too hard with abstract threats, too noble to neglect. Only thinking I had something to protect. Good and bad, I define these terms quite clear, no doubt, somehow. But I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now.
degrees. Desert men. Desert women divided, spreading their wings beneath the falling leaves. Fortune calls. I step forth from the shadows to the marketplace. Merchants and thieves, hungry for power, but last deal gone down. She's smelling sweet like the meadows where she was born. On Midsummer's Eve, near the tide. I stumbled and fell in a road past destruction, in a ditches with the stitches still mending. Make their hot shape turn to renegade free. And treacherous young witches, they was handing out the flowers that I've given to you. The palace of men, where dark soldiers are reflected, the endless road, and the wailing of the chimes, the empty rooms, where the memory is protected, and where the angel voices whisper to the souls of previous time. She wakes him up 48 hours later, and the sun is breaking the broken chains, and the mountain lava and rolling rocks. She's begging to know what measures he now will be taking. He's pulling her down, and she's clutching onto his long golden locks. A gentleman, he said, I don't need your organization. I've shined your shoes, and I moved your mountains, and I marked your cards. But Eden is burning. Either get ready for elimination, or else your heart must have the courage for the changing of the curve. Peace will come with tranquility and with splendor on the wheels of fire. But it will offer no reward when her false idols fall. With his pale ghost retreating between the king and the queen of
For my name, it ain't nothing. My age, it means less. The country I come from is called the Midwest. I started right up there, the laws to abide. But the land that I live in has God on its side. All the history books tell it, they tell it so well. The cavalry's charged, the Indians fell. The cavalry's charged, the Indians died. Oh, the country was young, with God on its side. The Spanish American war had its day, and the Civil War too was soon laid away. And the names of the heroes I was made to memorize, with guns in their hands and God on their side. The First World War, boys, it came and it went. The reason for fighting I never did get, but I learned to accept it with pride. For you don't count the days when God's on your side. The Second World War, boys, it came to an end. We forgave the Germans, and then we were friends. Though they murdered 6 million in the ovens they fried. The Germans now too have God on their side. In the 1960s came the Vietnam War. Can somebody tell me what we're fighting for? So many young men died, so many mothers cried. Now I ask the question, was God on our side? I've learned to hate Russians all through my whole life. If another war comes, it's them we must fight. To hate them and fear them, to run and to hide. You never ask questions when God's on your side. Too many dark hours I've been thinking about this, that Jesus Christ was betrayed by a kiss. But I can't think for you. You have to decide whether Judas Iscariot had God on his side.
tortured some folks. We did some things that were contrary to our values.
As I'm leaving, I'm weary as hell. A confusion of feeling, ain't no tongue can tell. The words fill my head and they fall to the floor. That if God is on our side, he'll stop the next war.
Special one?
Yeah,
You want to play a special one?
My love, she speaks like silence, without ideals or violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire. People carry roses and make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers Valentine's came by her. Dime stores and bus stations, people talk over situations, read books and repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure's no success at all. The cloak and dagger dangles, madams light the candles. In ceremonies of the horseman, even a pawn must hold a grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks, she does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. At midnight trembles, the country doctor rambles, bankers' nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts that wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer, the night blows cold and rainy. My love, she's like some raven at my window with a broken wing. This is a true story. This is taken out of the newspapers. True. Nothing but the words have been changed. Singer killed poor Hattie Cow with a cane that he twirled round his diamond ring finger at a Baltimore Hotel Society gathering. And the cops were called in and his weapon took from him as they rode him in custody down to the station and booked William Zanzinger for first-degree murder. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fear, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. William Zanzinger, who at 24 years owns a tobacco farm of 600 acres with rich, wealthy parents who provide and protect him, and high office relations in the politics of Maryland, reacted to his deed with a shrug of his shoulders and swear words and sneering, and his tongue it was snarling, and in a matter of minutes on bail was out walking. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fear, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Hattie Carroll was the maid of the kitchen. She was 51 years old and gave birth to 10 children, who cleaned up the dishes and hauled out the garbage and never sat once at the head of the table, who didn't even speak to the people at the table, who just cleaned up all the food from the table and emptied the ashtrays on a whole other level, got killed by a blow, lay slain by a cane that sailed through the air and came down through the room, doomed and determined to destroy all the gentle, and she never done nothing to William Zanzinger. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fear, take the rag away from your face. Now ain't the time for your tears. Courtroom of honor, the judge pounded his gavel to show that all's equal and that the courts are on the level and that the strings in the books aren't pulled and persuaded and that even the nobles get properly handled once that the cops have chased after and caught 'em and that the ladder of law has no top and no bottom. Stared at the person who killed for no reason, who just happened to be feeling that way without warning. And he spoke through his cloak, most deep and distinguished, and handed out strongly for penalty and repentance Williams and Singer with a 6-month sentence. And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, bury the rag moss deep in your face. Now's the time for your tears.
Audio Jungle.